Thank you for joining us for another tutorial with Polka Art Studio. In this video, we will make a tall, skinny journal with the papers from our Roses and Butterflies collection. You can use any paper to make this project, but if you want to use the same ones, you can get this kit on our Etsy store. It is a big set with 50 pages, including journaling pages, back papers, decorative papers, and many extras and ephemera to embellish your project. Just a heads up, for this project, we used a laminating machine and various die-cut elements. If you have some die cuts you've been wanting to use or feel like creating new ones, now's the perfect time to have some fun with them. The consistent design feature that we have used in this project is a laminated border. This is used for the cover as well as for some of the embellishments such as pockets or tags. In the description, we've listed all the supplies and materials you'll need for this project. Plus, we've included a template to help you create the hidden spine and punch holes in your signatures. For this project, we used all the journal pages from the kit, along with some tea-stained papers and pages from our faux leather decorative paper set. We printed our signatures on ultra-smooth finish paper, but feel free to use any type of paper you like. The embellishments and the decorative papers that we used to decorate the cover inside and out were printed on matte photo paper of 180 GSM. Our website is full of fantastic projects and printables you can start today. Subscribe to our newsletter and get our Sewing Treasures booklet as a welcome gift, plus a complimentary weekly journaling kit. Don't miss our freebie section with a new monthly project and more printables. We begin our project by creating our cover. To do this, we will use 3 panels of cardstock. Feel free to alter these dimensions if you need to, but our cover panels measure approximately 10.8 inches in height by 4.3 inches in width. The spine measures 10.8 inches in height by 1.8 in width. We'll use some craft tape to attach all the panels together. This will add sturdiness to the final project and help keep everything aligned as we glue the top cover. Now that we have our base, we will wrap the whole thing with cardstock paper. The paper we chose is part of a set of textured cardstock paper, 12 by 12 inches, with a weight of about 220 GSM. Place the card underneath the panels and start folding the edges until they lie flat on the surface. Ensure they are well aligned with the edges of your cover. Because we are working with heavy cardstock, we will pre-fold the spine edges. For this, you can mark the lines, score and fold the cardstock before you glue it. To glue the panels to the cardstock, we are using a combination of wide, double-sided tape and glue. Glue your cover down and use a bone folder to smooth it out, ensuring even adhesion without any air bubbles. We will now continue to fold the edges and glue them. For this, cut the corners at an angle on each side, add double-sided tape and glue them down. Next, we'll begin decorating the cover. For this step, gather a decorative panel, a border strip, a laminator with laminating sheets, washi tape, lace and butterfly cutouts. Feel free to incorporate any die-cut elements you have on hand, such as circles, mini buttons, and ribbons, like the ones we used here. Additionally, prepare a light cardstock paper in your preferred colour. Ensure it matches the height measurement and has enough width to fold one side to create a hinge. We will overlap this paper with the frame, and so part of it will be visible. Therefore, we can decorate it before we run it through the laminator. We used some lace for the edge and some washi tape for an added design. Now, the border strip was cut to match the dimensions of the cover with an additional ½ centimetre, about 0.20 inches, on all sides to create a frame. We used gold metallic cardstock for ours, but feel free to use any colour or type of cardstock. It will be laminated, so it will be sturdy regardless of the material you choose. Apply glue to the back of the frame, then attach it to the decorated paper, overlapping it as much or as little as you prefer. Keep in mind that a wider overlap reduces space for other embellishments. For the next step, we will create a score line on the left side, just after where the frame ends. This will allow us to fold this panel on top of the cover while keeping it aligned. We want to glue this panel up to halfway across the width of the spine, so mark the spot where you want to make the cut. Now, we're prepared to add the decorative elements and laminate the panel. Remember not to laminate the hinge. Position your frame at the edge of the laminating sheet and begin adding your desired decorative elements. We opted for fussy cut butterflies and some die-cut pieces we already had. The pieces we used are not double sides, so if you want to have a double-sided panel, you can use elements that were printed with a back paper on the reverse, or glue a backing after you have cut them. We ran the whole thing through the laminator and cut the excess around the frame. We are now ready to glue the hinge to the spine. At this stage, feel free to embellish further by adding lace along the edge of the hinge or decorating in any other way you prefer. We will now glue this to the outer spine. The panel we used for the cover is part of one of the decorative papers. We cut it to fit on the front side and it measures 10.4 by 4 inches or 10 centimeters by 26.5. Using the same measurements as for the front cover panel, cut a piece to decorate the back side of the cover and glue it down. Now it's time to make the closure for our journal. In this project, we opted for a simple ribbon closure. Select 2 ribbon strips of equal length, ensuring they are long enough to extend from the back cover to wrap around the front. Glue them to the inside of the back cover, both at the top and bottom, along the left edge. The next segment of this video focuses on creating and attaching our signatures. This journal will consist of 3 signatures, each featuring a mix of kit journal pages, tea-stained papers, and pages from our faux leather set. To assemble the signatures, fold and stack several pages in each, and optionally round the corners, ink the edges, or add ribbon for additional decoration. You can use any method of sewing the papers you prefer, but if you want to follow our method, you can use the template we provided in the description. This will help you poke 6 holes in each signature and attach all of them to the spine. For sewing the signatures, we used white waxed thread cut to 3 times the length of the journal. Stitch 1. Begin at hole 3 from the outside and go to hole 4 on the inside. Stitch 2. Continue from hole 5 on the outside, coming out through hole 6. Stitch 3. Move up to hole 1 and go through hole 2 on the inside. You can find a step-by-step of this process in the template provided in the description. Continue with the same process for the remaining signatures. Once all the signatures are sewn, place a strip of double-sided tape over the back stitches. This will ensure they will stay in place, but also will give you a smoother surface when you have to glue them to the cover. Apply double-sided tape and glue to the side flaps, then glue them to the interior of the cover. Ensure they align with the spine of the cover. Fold the cover while pressing down to help the paper settle into place as the glue dries. Also, press along the spine creases to encourage better folding and adherence of the paper. Now let's decorate the interior of our journal. Using the same measurements as on the front, cut a panel and glue it to the inside back cover of the journal. Follow the same steps for the front side. This time we printed one of the journaling background papers on cardstock for added durability. As a final decorative touch, we will add a piece of lace around the edges of the front cover. In this part of the video, we'll focus on embellishing our journal. To complement our theme, we'll create and laminate some tags. You can use die-cut tag frames or cut them by hand. Arrange the shapes on a laminating sheet and add embellishments inside the frames. Run it through the laminator and cut out your tags. We'll use one of the larger pieces to craft a pocket, which we'll then place on the inside front cover of our journal. This kit provides a variety of embellishments and ephemera for decorating your project. Feel free to use them as they are, laminate some for durability, add lace or create your own unique embellishments to suit your style. We hope you've enjoyed this project as much as we loved creating it. Our goal is to inspire you to craft your own unique Roses and Butterflies journal. We will see you soon, but until next time, have fun crafting.